afternoon folks, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot. I'm back with you again. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to the second of this week's reviews. We're actually going to do two reviews connected with the same airport. And where are we? Well, we're in mainland Europe. We're in Spain, southern Spain on the Mediterranean coast. And this is Barcelona El Prat International Airport. Now there are two versions out currently. In fact, there are three versions out currently. The two newest versions, one by MK Studios and one by Airsoft Simwings. There was previously a release by Latin VFR. Today we're looking at the MK Studios version, and we'll do a normal video looking at every aspect that we can of the airport. And then tomorrow or the next day before the end of the week we will do the same thing with the Airsoft Simwings version. So today we're in Barcelona El Prat in southern Spain on the Mediterranean coast. The scenery you're looking at today is the payware scenery by MK Studios, currently version 1.0.2 for the PC version of Flight Sim 2020. There was an update released very recently. The download is 1.12 gigs and it installs at 2.36 gigabytes. It's currently available from both Builds and Simmarket. I'll give you the Simmarket price because it includes taxes. It's currently selling for €19.19, which equates to roughly $21.12, or £16.33 UK. Those prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include tax or VAT at 20%, which of course could vary depending on your country of purchase. So let's look at the features. Okay, the key features of this airport. A lifelike recreation of Barcelona Airport, Lima Echo Bravo Lima, including detailed interior terminal, a working null VDGS devices including A-CDM. Not sure entirely what that means, but the VDGS is the Visual Docking Guidance System. You've got handcrafted 3D models of buildings, jetways and airport facilities. Custom 30 cm per pixel satellite image covering the airport. Elevation data is based on high quality LiDAR scan, including runway and apron profiles. That'll be quite good, I hope. Custom up-to-date ground polygons with lines, dirts, markings and other details. Realistic lighting for immersive day and night operations. And the scenery is both AI compatible and has AI parking codes as well. So that's the list of features. Let's now look at the history of this airport. So history, and if you're looking at this version before you're looking at the or rather after you're looking at the Airsoft Simwings version and you want to skip the history, certainly you can do that. But for the moment, Barcelona Josep Tarradellas Barcelona El Prat International Airport, Lima Echo Bravo Lima, also known as just Barcelona Airport, is a public use international airport owned and operated by AENA, a Spanish airport company that manages several airports in Spain. The airport is located 9.3 miles or 15 kilometers southwest of the center of Barcelona, lying in the municipalities of El Prat de Llobregat, Viladescans and Sant Boi in Catalonia in Spain. I'll put those names up because my pronunciation isn't the greatest in the world. Barcelona is the second largest and second busiest airport in Spain and the busiest international airport in Catalonia, and the sixth busiest in Europe. In 2019 the airport handled a record 52 million passengers, and it's a hub for both LEBL airlines and VUELING, and a focus city for Air Europa, IBERIA, EasyJet and Ryanair. The airport was named by the central government of Spain, given its current name in December 2018, in honour of the first Catalan president, Josep Tarradellas. So Barcelona's first airfield, located at El Ramolar, began operations in 1916. However, it did not have good expansion prospects. So a new airport at El Prat opened in 1918. The airport was used as the headquarters of the Aero Club of Catalonia and a base for the Spanish Navy's Zeppelin fleet. Scheduled commercial service began in 1927 with an Iberia flight route to Madrid Cuatro Ventillas Airport. This was Iberia's first flight route. During the time of the Second Spanish Republic, El Prat was one of the bases of LAPE, or Líneas Aéreas Postales Españolas. In 1948, a runway was built, and in the same year the first overseas service was operated by Pan American World Airways to New York City using a Lockheed Constellation. Between 1948 and 52, a second runway was constructed perpendicular to the previous one, along with taxiways and a terminal. In 1963, the airport reached 1 million passengers a year. A new control tower was built in 1965, and in 1968 a new terminal was opened, which still exists today and is in use for what is now Terminal 2B. From the late 70s to the early 90s, the airport became stalled in traffic and investments until the 1992 Summer Olympics arrived in the city. El Prat underwent a major development consisting of modernisation and expansion of the existing terminal and the construction of two further terminals known as Terminals A and C. In February 2014, Barcelona El Prat was the first Spanish airport to receive a daily flight with the Airbus A380 Super Jumbo on the Emirates route to Dubai International Airport. Emirates also offers a second daily flight, also operated by the A380. In December 2016, International Airlines Group, or IAG, announced flights from Barcelona to the US, Latin America and Asia for the summer of 2017. IAG, formed jointly by British Airways, Iberia, VUELING and Aer Lingus, created LEBL Airlines, the second airline after Norwegian, launching low-cost long-haul flights from the Catalan city. Over 70 airlines operate into and out of Barcelona El Prat Airport, with the busiest route being to Amsterdam and the second busiest Spanish route being to Palma, Mallorca. So there's a history for you folks. This has been around a while, like many airports, and undergone major development, largely thanks to the 1992 Olympic Games that were held in the city. It's in a nice location on the Mediterranean coast and receives regular flights. Very popular with tourists from mainland Europe. So that was the history. Let's look at runways now. Okay, runways. So here we are now. It's in the evening, 6:45 local time. It's mid-March 2024, and you can see the sun is disappearing behind me and leaving this really nice red glow on the buildings. So runways. Barcelona Airport operates 3 runways. Runway 06 left, 24 right, and we're looking down the throat of 6 left now, is the longest, measuring 12,281 feet or 3,743 meters. Runway 06 right, 24 left comes next, measuring 8,727 feet or 2,660 meters. Finally, runway 0220 is the shortest, measuring 8,293 feet or 2,528 meters. All 3 runways are constructed from an asphalt concrete mix. The airport lies at an elevation of 14 feet or 4.2 meters and sits within the GMT UTC plus 1 hour time zone. Now, like much of Europe, Spain does indeed observe daylight saving time, which is not in operation at the moment and will not begin until the end of March, and so the airport is still currently 1 hour ahead of the UK. So runway 06 left, let's start with that one. Features high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system version 2, centerline lighting, touchdown zone lighting, runway end identifier lighting system, and precision approach path indicators on both sides. Now here you can see the runway. We've got quite a substantial extended threshold area here too. The approach lighting again is as per the charts. You've got the end identifier lights. There's the PAPIs on both sides, centerline and the touchdown zone. So this end of the runway is perfect. It has everything. Approach options available here. Well, you have an instrument landing system with Y and Z options, and the ILS here is certified to category 2 and 3 low visibility operations. Additionally, you have RNAV transition to runway option, RNP approach Y and Z options, and a VOR approach option too. So plenty of options for coming into 6 left. So let's have a look at 6 right. So here we are looking at runway 06 right on the southern part of the airport, which has high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airport lighting system version 2, centerline lighting, touchdown zone lighting, and precision approach path indicators on the right side. So again, they've got this pretty much right. The extended centerline approach system is as per the charts. You've got the touchdown zone lighting, the center lines, PAPIs on the right hand side, single PAPIs this time, and the high intensity lighting. So again, this end is perfectly acceptable. It's as per the charts. Approach options for runway 06 right. You have an instrument landing system with Y and Z approach options, and again certified to category 2 and 3 low visibility operations. You also have the RNAV transition to runway, the RNP approach with Y and Z options, and the VOR approach option too. So both 6 left and 6 right, the options are identical. So let's go down the other end, look at 24 left. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 24 left. And again, we have exactly the same as the other runway. The runway lighting, the high intensity airfield lighting system, centerline lighting, touchdown zone lighting, PAPIs on the left side, and again they have that correct. And again, at this end of the runway you have the instrument landing system with Y and Z options, and again certified for low visibility operations Cat 2 and 3. The RNAV transition, the RNP approach, and the VOR with Zulu or Z and Y approach options to the VOR now. So a little bit different, but pretty much nothing really to write home about. It's much the same. So let's have a look at 24 right. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 24 right, and again you have the full system, just the same as the other runways. The only difference here is the precision approach path indicators are on the left side, and you can see that. You have everything as per the chart, including the approach lights. And once again, approach options are exactly the same as the other runways. ILS with Y and Z options, category 2 and 3 approach options certified as well. RNAV transition, RNP and VOR approach options are all available at this end of the runway. So let's have a look at runway 02. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 02, and here we have high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system, the standard version, centerline lighting, and precision approach path indicators on both sides. So again, they've got that right. We've got the approach lighting as per the chart. You've got the centerline lighting and the PAPIs and the high intensity lighting, no touchdown zone lighting, which is as per the chart. Approach options for this runway, we now have a standard instrument landing system with Y and Z approach options. No low visibility Cat 2 or 3 on this runway. But you do still have RNAV transition to runway, RNP approach option with Y and Z, and the VOR approach option too. So this end of the runway is fully equipped. Let's check out the other end, runway 20. So here we are at the end of runway 20, which has the high intensity runway lighting, which of course covers the whole runway, and the centerline lighting. No additional landing aids such as PAPIs or ILS or anything like that. No instrument approach options are published for this runway. So I would imagine if you're going to use this for landing, it's daytime use only, because there's no vertical guidance of any sort. So there you go, you've got 6 runway ends, 5 of which are fully equipped with ILS, and pretty much every one of them except this end equipped for low visibility operations category 2 and category 3. A range of landing options as well. So that was runways. Let's have a look at jetways now. Okay folks, jetways. So here we are on stand 228, which is on the north side of the main central pier. We've got the tug connected, so there's nothing in the way of the jetway. Let's try the jetway, see how it works. Right, motion looks good. Okay, so the front end is manoeuvring, the wheels are turning correctly. The stairwell hasn't gone into the concrete yet, well it's gone in a little bit. But that looks like a pretty fair connection to me. Let's get a close-up look. Okay, as you can see it's not quite there, but it's not bad at all really, considering. There's a quick look at the stairwell. To be honest, I can't really see whether that's gone into the concrete or not. I'm not really sure entirely what this bit is. But no, the stairwell looks pretty good. It's covered, so you won't get sorted if it rains, which looks pretty good. Let's look at the other side of the jetway. So as you can see, the jetway is not quite connected to the aircraft, but it's close. It hasn't gone through the skin, which for me is a bonus. And here on this side, actually, you can see the stairwell is in the concrete. I'm not sure if that's just a visual anomaly or not. But yeah, the stairwell, the jetway looks really quite good, actually. Let's go inside. So here we are inside the jetway, looking at the passenger door. There you can see the gap at the bottom left. And there it's actually a lot closer on the bottom right. And there you can see the gap at the top. And as I've said before, to be honest, even some of the real world jetways don't actually cover right over the top of the aircraft. Okay, so let's open the door. So that looks pretty good actually. I might just back up a little bit because I can't go back very far. As you can see, it's open fine. It's not impinged the jetway at all. Let's have a look out from inside. So there you can see the doorway at the end of the jetway, which looks really good actually. It's very nicely modelled and a lot more detailed than some of the doors I've seen. But again, here you can see the gap, which really wouldn't be tolerated in the real world. However, that's fine, that's cool. Okay, let's disconnect the jetway. Once again, you get the hood springs back. And from this side you can see the stairwell comes out of the concrete there. But that's a nice motion, the wheels look good, and the jetway disconnect looks pretty good, to be honest. And that's fine. So there you go folks, that concludes the jetway test, which isn't too bad considering. It's not a bad connection at all, and the whole thing looks pretty good. So let's get on with the main tour, have a look at this airport in close detail. Okay, so let's start the main tour of this airport, and bear in mind we have the world update, which includes Spain and this area as well, so you're going to see quite a bit of the default scenery, so it's going to be interesting to see how they've modelled it to fit in with that. So we'll start going east to west, and on the north side of the airport, which will include Terminal 2 or T2 and the cargo area. So here we go. And as you can see, they've covered the airport pretty much right the way out here. IBERIA hangars. And it's fairly smooth. As you can see, there's lots of stuff here. So here we've got Terminal 2, all fully developed on the outside. Plenty of parking space, and they've done it pretty well, to be honest. Visually from the outside here it looks great. There you go, some palm trees, some landside development as well, a little bit of scenery popping here and there, but again loads of detail. Cargo apron here now with the DHL building. It all looks pretty impressive here. Here you've got the roads and you've got signage on the roads as well, look. So let's have a closer look at some of these buildings on the north side first. Just trying to go reasonably slow. I mean, the ground markings are great. A lot of it is 3D, which is great. I mean, it makes such a difference when they do the detail. There you got the fuel farm to the north side. Some off-airport buildings as well. DHL and FedEx here. Lots of clutter, all of which looks really good. There you've got the control gate for going into airside. It's very nice. Buildings are weathered too. Ground markings are all 3D, no complaints about that at all, which is brilliant. And there you can see various buildings. There's the World Flight Service, which I think is duty free. I'm not sure. Or might be World Freight. I remember WFS, can't remember what it was, but we used to have it at the airport when I worked. So let's get up close to some of the stands here. This is Terminal 2 or 2B. Plenty of clutter. Excellent modelling here as well, you can see. Not going to go into the terminal yet. We'll have a look at that during the dusk hours. What I really want to see is how it looks here for the pilots parking up here. Ground markings are good. Jetways look good. The buildings are nicely weathered. It all looks good. It really does. And there's the centerpiece of the terminal. It's very nice, really nice indeed. I have to be very careful here because there's lots to see at this airport. Some of it I'm going to leave you to discover, but I'll concentrate as much as possible on looking at as much of the detail that we can see. So let's just go over the top here. And here you've got another control tower. There's the VUELING building down there. Love the palm trees. And again, you see they've gone to town landside, all 3D modelled. There's the tower. Now it looks like there's either people inside or it's parallaxed. It's hard to see. Let's pop in. Well, there, as you can see, they've done the tower inside, but we've got no controllers, and realistically you can't see out of the glass, which is a pity. It's kind of like a half job, I think, really, but it's okay. That's the depth to which they wanted to go. So there's the VUELING building, or the VUELING building, I can never quite say it right. And then we go further east, kind of back the way we came. And again, you've got more clutter. And again, the roads, everything done 3D, nothing left to photo scenery. And you've got internal bits and pieces in some of these buildings, which looks great. I mean, there's loads of detail here. Here we've got the IBERIA hangar. Again, plenty of detail, parked cars. And the building looks good. Very nice indeed. So before we go to the central area, we're just going to look at landside of this complex because it's a terminal, then you'd expect passengers and stuff to be here. Just want to have a look at landside and see what it's like. Again, the development's good. 3D modelling. Okay, all the cars aren't correctly placed, but it's good. It's great. So here we are, land side of the terminal. This is the outer road. And this is up close to the terminal on the lower level. And here's the view on the upper level. So once again, a little bit further tour landside. I mean, it looks nice. Love the palm trees, they give it some kind of atmosphere here. Or you've got some people there, landside of the main terminal. Loads of parked taxis by the looks of them. There's your car rental companies down there. We've got the odd passenger sitting around, which is good. It's really good. So this side of the airport, this terminal hasn't been lacking in development. They've done a nice job. There's attention to detail here, which I like. It's lovely. It's very, very nice. And this is just the north side. Beautiful. So finally, just a view across the top there. As you can see, the north side of the airport has been nicely developed, beautifully modelled, and really nothing really to complain about. So let's get down to the central main terminal area, Terminal 1. So here we're coming to the main Terminal 1 on the north side. And as you can see, everything looks good. You can actually see inside the terminal there, which is pretty good. Loads of clutter, everything as it should be. There's my aircraft on 228. And you can see there's internal development in there. We'll have a look at dusk, because you usually often get a better look. So control tower here, let's see what's inside, if anything. So I've got a feeling it's been done the same way as the other one. And yes, it has. There you can see close up, the inside's pretty much the same. And again, pretty much no view from out through the glass because of the way it's been done. So continuing the tour, as you can see, the modelling, the quality is really good here. It's exactly what you'd expect. And it all looks pretty impressive, and you've got visual docking guidance systems at most of the stands. I mean, this is what an airport should look like. It's been done in such a way, certainly airside, that it looks like it's busy. It looks that there's an ambience and there's an atmosphere about it. Loads of clutter, buses and various bits and pieces here. And again, the roads have been done really nicely. They've not been left to photoground. Here we've got what looks like a little tunnel. I don't know. Oh, it is a road going out. Here, look, you've got road signs. Very nice indeed. So let's have a quick scan into the sort of pocket, as it were, into the landside area. Road signs there are good, have been done. Foliage looks good. Okay, cars are better here in the terminal. They're actually here in the correct parking spots, which is good. And you know what, palm trees just really make it. I like it. And again, some nice detail here. Hasn't been left to chance. So here's the upper level. Let's just have a look while we're here. And we're coming round to the terminal. Again, wonderful taxi signs. And you have the odd person here and there as well, look, standing outside the terminal. And you can see in terminal development there, so lots to explore here. Probably could do with a few more people, but I don't know, you know, in the summertime this gets busy. Who knows, maybe flights in 2024 will allow you to increase the level of ambience and atmosphere with people and things according to the seasons. Wouldn't that be something? So here's the exit road coming around the north side. All looks pretty good. So there, just a quick look on the lower side. Multi-storey car park to the left. It looks lovely. It's been really nicely done. Exploring airports has been fun for me ever since I started doing this, but it's these airports that really make it worthwhile. And again, you've got the usual attention to detail. It looks really good. Now the sun's on this side. The ramp clutter's good. The markings on the ramp are excellent. Very impressive there. So there's a high level shot. Daytime, as I say, it's about 20 past midday here. Here you can see the main central terminal, Terminal 1. There you've got Terminal 2 on the north side. And as you can see, loads of development here, all within the airport, and it fits quite nicely within the terrain. Can't see any anomalies on the terrain. And there you've got the port of Barcelona down there as well. So what a nice place to fly into. So that was a quick look around the daytime. As I said, there's so much to see that would take a lot of time, and I really don't want to spend too long. I want to leave things for you to see as well. So let's drop the lighting down to dusk now. Okay, 5 to 7 in the evening. Lights came on about 4 minutes ago. And here you can see what it looks like at dusk. I can see hints of green centerline lighting here, probably a bit dark because of the high level that we're at. But again, the building itself looks really nice in the light. And you've got this lovely sort of colouring here. And there we are, looking east towards the port, and then you've got runway 06 right threshold below us, and looking west where the sun goes down behind the hills. So let's get up close and personal at the terminal airside, see what it looks like. So here's my aircraft on stand 228, and you can see some really very nice lighting. You've got these big stanchion lights there, all producing the right amount of light in the right area, and the whole place looks pretty good. I suppose the only thing that's missing is people milling around the aircraft, the usual things, but you know, no complaints about that really. Nice to see the ends of the jetways lit. There you've got a ramp guy down there to the left, and that looks quite effective. And there's a look down the road there, which looks really good. Here you've got the visual docking guidance system with the stand number, and you've got the details here giving you the latitude and longitude as well. Various vehicles, all pertinent to the airport. Looks good. And as we look out across the stands there, you can see perfectly good lighting. And that's lovely green sort of reflection on the glass of the terminal, which I think is great. Looking to the left there, you can see centerline lighting on the taxiway. It's great. So here's the view from the cockpit. This is what you'll see when you park up on stand 228, looking out at there. I mean, it's great, isn't it? View from the captain's side. and looking across the first officer's window. It's really impressive. Okay, so let's pop inside the terminal, have a quick look and see what we've got. And there we are. It's lovely, very, very nice. Kudos to MK Studios, what a lovely scene. And there we are looking down the head of the jetway. Let's take a little tour down here. Okay, lots of signage, people sitting around. I like this. And some subtle lighting as well makes the interior of the terminal look really good. So here we're coming up to the sort of the head of the terminal. Various shops. And little bits and pieces here. There's a car you can win in a competition there. And you've got these shops, they're high resolution. There's one there. In fact, there's two there where the images are the wrong way round. So as you can see, you've got the names of the shops there. It says duty free, but it's reversed. So a little fix there maybe if they really wanted to. It's very impressive. And there you've got the signboard there, which is pretty good. I mean, it's small, but I reckon it's readable. It's pretty good. And here you'll go out to the south side. So while we're here, let's look at some taxiway signage. So blue airfield edge lights. Green centerline lights. Taxiing around at this time of the evening shouldn't be a problem. And there's a typical sign set on a plinth into the concrete, and it's really clear if you're up close. So just a little look down the landside road here. This is nice. You've got people. It all looks pretty nice here. Some nice lighting. Excellently parked cars, all in their denoted parking spots. Okay, check-in desks and counters. All, unfortunately, there are no check-in staff. And it's a bit devoid of people here as well. It was nice to see them on the outside, but there's nothing inside. That's a real pity. However, and there you've got escalators going down to the lower level. But it's a nice development inside here, which needs some people, so maybe something to do in the next update. So let's look at Terminal 2 area on the north side now. So here we are, Terminal 2 on the north side. Just having a look. And there might be some internal development. Something maybe I'm going to leave for you to have a look at. But as you can see, again, beautifully modelled, beautifully lit. It all looks fine, it looks good. Let's just get down a bit lower here and see what we can see, if any. Great, nice to see one or two engineers standing around and some vehicles and stuff. Let's quickly look inside through the glass. So there you go, yes, airside is modelled in this terminal. Very nice indeed, very nice. The stands look good, plenty of activity and clutter, all of which makes it look really good. This is a nice airport. It's been beautifully modelled. Really have very little, if anything, to complain about. I'm just going over this so you can get a good idea. I'm not sure. Some of this looks like it's internal, or if not, it's really, really good parallaxing. So here's the IBERIA hangar. Oh, look at the lighting. It looks great. Even the gate there is lit. Very nice indeed. Okay, so that was dusk. Let's take it down to night time now. Okay, 10 PM local time, and you can see the lighting has come up a little bit. And it looks good. It still looks good. You can see the green centerline lights, taxiway lights. Shouldn't really have an issue coming off the runway here. You'll need your charts because it's a huge airport. But looks good. It really does. So let's get up close to the main central terminal where I'm parked and see what the main ramp looks like in the darkness. So here's my aircraft parked on the stand, and as you can see, very little difference from what we saw at dusk. Everything looks good, really does. And as we look across the stands towards the main part of the terminal, there you can see buses and vehicles travelling along the airside roads. They're on the correct sides of the roads as well, driving on the right hand side. And you've got buses there as well. And the scene looks good, really does. There we are looking to the east. And a quick close-up view there through the windows looking into the terminal. There you can see the passengers waiting to board their flights. So that's not bad. There at the bottom there you've got parallaxing to give you the effect that there's people in there. The lighting here is quite interesting with the red lights there. Let's get a bit closer. So from the outside you can see there's two levels. You've got this level here and this level here. So let's pop inside. So once again, very nicely modelled, but no people, no controllers, unfortunately. Here's the lower part of the tower, and actually the glass appears to be clearer here. So here, for example, you can see out through the middle of the glass here. The interior is a lot darker, of course, but you can see the terminal a lot better. And there we are looking to the north, and you've got the control tower, this tower here in the foreground. It looks great. In the night time it looks really, really nice. So there's an overview of the main terminal seen from a higher level at night time. It looks great, it really does. I can't see any Asobo globes. There really is very little to complain about. It would be nice to see some more passengers in the terminal, and also maybe to see some airport staff out on the ramp, but I haven't seen too many scenery. Well, I don't think I've seen a scenery really. Possibly one I seem to remember where you had airline staff out on the ramp, you know, stewardesses and people like that. But no, this is wonderful. It's really nice. So let's bring the dawn up, and if all goes well we should get this nice red glow from the position I've set myself up here. So here we are, 7:20 in the morning. As I said, it's mid-March 2024. The sun's coming up behind us, and you've got this really nice red glow on the buildings. It looks good. It really does. There we are looking to the north. This is Terminal 2 here. There's the IBERIA hangar we looked at before. And they're looking to the east. The sun's coming up above the horizon. Got the main control tower out there to the left. Very nice indeed. Okay, 8:20 in the morning, just an hour later, and time to wrap up the review and give you my thoughts. So remember, this is the MK Studios version of Barcelona. We're going to be looking next at the Airsoft Simwings version. I can tell you that this version is great. If you decide to buy this, you shouldn't have any complaints. Again, from a pilot's point of view, airside, you have everything you need. It looks great, especially in the dusk hours. All comes to life a little bit. You shouldn't have any problems finding your way around. The ground lighting, taxiway signage, all looks good and is as per the chart. So if you're a Navigraph subscriber, or you can get hold of the Spanish AIP, which is available on the web, you shouldn't have any problems finding your way around. But it is a big airport, and you'll have to decide where you're going to go. You've got the main Terminal 1 here and the Terminal 2 complex on the north side of the airport. Cargo is well catered for, and at the other end you've got the IBERIA hangar, and this is really good. So my initial thoughts, I like this a lot. It's a typical MK Studios. They've really come on. I don't really have any complaints about it. I'd like to see more people in the terminals in certain places. They've done landside, but they haven't really added anybody. All those check-in desks, but nobody behind them, nobody queuing up. I'd like to see a little bit more activity inside the terminal there, just for the realism effect, I suppose. And I don't know whether we would see any people out airside. I'd like to see a bit more activity airside, if indeed you can do it. I mean, there are models out there now, freeware models, that don't have any frame rate impact, for things like cruise and stuff like that you can put out there. I mean, okay, users of GSX Pro, you will probably be well catered for here, and you'll be able to have that ambience that product gives you. So do I like it? Yes, I do. It's great. This is version 1.0.2. There was a small upgrade that made a few changes. Is it worth the price? Yeah, definitely. Just under €20, and that includes tax, remember. An awful lot of work on a really large major international airport. Yeah, it's well worth it. Some sort of just under 17 quid UK. Very, very nice, and it pretty much covers all of the features that they've said. Yeah, it's worth the money. It's a beautiful rendition of Barcelona, and I wait with bated breath to see whether Simwings and Airsoft can top it. So there you go, folks. It's Barcelona El Prat International Airport on the Spanish Riviera in Spain at Lima Echo Bravo Lima. The version we're looking at today is the payware scenery by MK Studios, version 1.0.2. It's an update that was released recently for Flight Sim 2020, the PC version. Download is 1.12 gig and it installs at 2.36 gig. And you can get it from both AnyBuilds and Simmarket at the moment. Simmarket's priced at €19.19, which equates to roughly $21.17 US, or £16.33 UK. Those prices are estimates from the euro, and they do include tax or VAT at 20% for us here in the UK, but it may vary slightly depending where you are in the world when you make your purchase. Thoroughly recommend it. If you buy this, you'll be pleased. You know, there's no doubt about it. It's got everything you need. It's a lovely airport. So guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the review. Stick around for the second one. As I said, later this week, hopefully tomorrow, we'll be looking at the Airsoft Simwings version of the same airport. And I will go through and do a full review just like I did with this one. And there will be timestamps in the description, so if you've seen this version you can skip past certain things that were in this version that you don't want to go through in the second version. Although I really want to see again whether Simwings Airsoft have made any mistakes with the navigation and the runways, so we'll look at that, and of course we'll do a Jetway test as well. So thank you for joining me, folks. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot. We're wrapping up another review. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Can't do anything except recommend this. It's lovely. Very, very nice. So join me for the next review where we'll look at this airport again, but we'll be looking at the Airsoft Simwings version. So thanks a lot, guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.